Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, 11 o'clock. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in to this webinar about our brand new product, Builder Blueprints. I'm with Scott Smith. Scott has been working with me for over 10 years. He's put up with me for over 10 years. It's hard to believe, but Scott is really the one who kind of architected this blueprint product that we're going to look at and go through and talk about. And a lot of the features that are in there are ones that Scott and the development team have come up with ways we could do this. And this was actually a very hard thing to do. We've been working on this for how many years, Scott?
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And we had template products before, but this is a much different version. So.
Yeah, so yeah, and we're going to get into the details of, what's a template, and that's not what this is. This is not a template product, but it's got some of the, if there's any cool parts to a template, it's in here. So Scott, let's go in and just kind of jump into it, and everybody, as far as the questions go, I would say wait to ask those towards the end. We can kind of circle back around and kind of go through those so that we don't, bog things down. We've got an hour, so we've got plenty of time. I think that starting out, Blueprints, that's a name that we came up with when we were trying to figure out a solution that is something that we at Builder Designs, we face a lot of times, and that is people come to us with they have a website problem, they want something, they need, they're upgrading, they started out with something that is basic, and their business is at a place where they need something more advanced. And as we all know, websites today are very complicated, and they're only getting more complicated with all of the technology and all the requirements that are in place. And so, and also a lot of the things that we were asked were, the builders were asking the same kinds of questions over and over again. And so and what we have built, the last 15 years, as far as Builder Designs, as long as we've been doing this, they've all been semi-custom websites. So we want to come up with a product that really addresses a lot of the main concerns that are out there, that would give builders just kind of a leg up as far as having a solution that they can go to market with that's going to work. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, and so when I talk about technology, I talk about a web app framework, and web app framework is different than a website because it's built in a different way. It's the requirements that it places on the server as far as the displaying content is much quicker. A web app framework allows us to scale and do some things that we're going to talk about in a minute, but at a high level, a web app framework is different than a website. It's less overhead on the server. It's much quicker, especially in a mobile situation. The latest technology, builders lots of times struggle with, how do we employ the latest technology that's available? And that's where we come in. What we want to do is provide a website solution that's going to put you in a position to go head to head with any of the big nationals, Zillow, anybody. The tech stack that we're talking about right here is as good as there is. So that's really the backdrop behind this whole Blueprint product, is really bringing you guys the ability, home builders, the ability to have the latest, greatest tech stack behind them, and then also relying on components that are proven to be highly successful. We have a lot of builder websites that we look at data. We know which ones work the best. We know which ones convert the best. And so what we've done is we've taken those components and we've rolled those into the Builder Blueprints. And Scott, why don't you handle this one? Why?
Yeah. So the reason a lot of people would ask, why is this product coming out now, and what's the benefit there? And the big thing is that a lot of people come to us for our expertise. I've sent in a number of website kind of kickoff meetings, and I'm always asked when I kind of try to get feedback from clients. A lot of times they'll ask, well, you're the expert, what would you do? And this solution really, not only is it from a technology standpoint a little bit more advanced than what we've done in the past, it's also kind of our version of this is what I would do if we were just going to build a website. We were a home building company. This is where we would start. This would be the kind of the framework or the blueprint for kicking off that project. The other advantages are we wanted to provide something that was really versatile, could meet kind of the builders where they're at in their process. So whether you're, you know, a brand new home builder trying to grow quickly over the next few years, or you know, you're an established builder, something that's very versatile, very scalable, and you know, kind of modular and can be added to or taken away from as you grow in the future. Another big part of the process was we wanted to make something that was very quick to deploy. Throughout the development process in the past, it's, you know, there's been some pain points in the back and forth, and we wanted to kind of eliminate most of that. We have this product now, you know, at its root level, we can deploy it in as quick as, you know, probably 4 weeks, depending on getting content from the from the client. So we wanted something that, you know, would be quick to market, and you don't have to wait around and have a long development process. And then we also wanted to have some flexible pricing options, which we'll discuss a little bit later. But the ability to kind of establish some fixed costs so that it's not, you know, these, you know, every couple of years having to outlay a huge sum. It's something that you can kind of track and know and control your costs going forward. Really what it comes down to is that we were trying to build something that, you know, was easy to get started, easy to maintain through the Builder Cloud system and the front end, and then something that could grow with our clients and really help them grow their business as they go forward.
So one of the things that this is what we were having internal discussions about this product. We're like, okay, what problems are we solving? And you know, that can be a, you know, that can be kind of an opaque answer, because there's lots of different, everybody has a little bit of a different problem as far as, you know, their website. Maybe it's a traffic situation, maybe it's mobile compatibility, maybe it's it takes too long to load. I mean, there's a variety of things that could be rolled into this discussion. One of the things that we wanted to do was we wanted to provide a product that was easy to get into, had everything you need to go from the ground up, that also has all of the back end components built into it, so that if you have data feeds, you know, MLS feeds importing to for your inventory, or if you're sending data to Zillow or New Home Source, whatever, all of that is already, that problem solved. It's already in here. All of that functionality is in here, and it works on all platforms. So mobile, tablet, and large desktop.
Yeah, and some of the built-in pieces of what comes in the Bluprint product kind of out of the box as kind of a starting point. All the proven user experience and user interface modules that we've created over the past, we've kind of refined those, made sure that they're really easy to use and function correctly at all screen sizes. Our sites always come with kind of an SEO mindset baked in, so making sure that, you know, you can be found on Google, your pages work well with your AdWords program, anything that you're doing, that those pages are optimized and function correctly. The ADA piece, the ADA compliance, is a big kind of hot button issue right now within the web community, and that's something we wanted to make sure, you know, right out of the box, that you don't have to, you can kind of rest assured, make sure that that's not an issue for you anymore. And then I think the biggest thing that we wanted to make sure was with this new product that we were building something that's really beautiful, something that our clients can be proud of, I know that a lot of times our clients come to us and like, my website's just a hot mess. I got to do something. I need something, quickly. I need something that, and really what they're looking for is something that they can be proud of, that they can showcase, their products and really represent their company well.
So the next few slides are going to really talk about functionality and really how this product is integrated with other products so that you can scale. So content management, we have a product called Builder Cloud. That's our CMS. That's where you log in and you upload all of the content, models, plans, inventory, communities, all that stuff. That's a centralized area that all happens. So here's a screenshot of that. So and it's really easy to use. You just click on, if you want to add a new plan, you just click on manage, you upload the photos, it auto scales the images for you. You put in, like let's, for example, if you're wanting to, load a bunch of plans that aren't going to be ready for market just yet, you can go in, you can put those in staging, you can push them live, and it's all real time. Anything you do here is push the front end real time. So Builder Cloud is kind of our tried and true product that really makes all of these things on this slide real easy. Data feed management, I kind of touched on that before. If you don't have an MLS feed, then but you need to get one, for us it's simply we check a button and you've got it. So I mean, now there's a little bit more to it. We've got to make sure that credentials and all that stuff are good, but data feed management is one of the big things that this does, as well as API distribution. So Scott, talk a little bit about when we say API to the people that aren't real sure what that means.
Yeah, so the API is how the data gets delivered to various applications. So how the applications talk to each other. So Builder Cloud, basically the most basic thing it does is send data to your website, but it also provides a number of other outlets for that data, as well as working with APIs provided by other providers such as a Cova Solutions or a Sapphire or MLS specifically, to accept data into Builder Cloud before sending it back out to either your CRM like Lasso or to other marketing sites like Zillow or things like that.
Yeah, and Scott, we can talk about the ERP piece for a second. That is something that in the last year and a half, we have seen a significant amount of builders that are kind of taking the leap into the ERP world. And really an ERP is like a full suite backend that allows scheduling and I mean, there's a ton of stuff that goes on in those ERPs. And they can also have a CRM bolted onto that. The point is that all of those things are already included in Builder Cloud, which is part of Bluprint. So if you've got any of these things going on right now and you wonder how hard is it going to be to integrate, the hard part's already been done on that. So that's why the thing is easy to deploy, because we see a lot of different things and we work with a lot of different companies, and if that integration is important, it's included in here. So
yeah, no, and again, what we're trying to do is provide an easy, convenient solution for our customers. So if you already got your data in Cova, it doesn't make sense to enter it again into Builder Cloud. Let's figure out a way to make that kind of a seamless update and kind of cut down on the workload on your end.
Yeah.
So one thing we wanted to talk about and kind of getting into why the UI of these Bluprint products is so effective is that we kind of attack the 3 different levels of engagement that a visitor to a home builder website would be at. In traditional marketing, we would think of the first level being awareness, but when we're talking about websites, we're kind of assuming that they got to your website because they were already aware of the product, and then we're jumping right into the level 1 for website interaction being interest. And so at this level, we're talking about the basic, the top of the funnel, and when somebody first comes to your website, it's important to not only make that first impression, but also to instantly kind of let them know what it is you do, what kind of product you provide, that kind of that overview, and then make it very easy to know what the next step is. Where do I go? How do I find more product? How do I find out more about the company? Keep that navigation. This is kind of the homepage navigation. Keep everything simple, easy, and right up front.
Level 2, Scott, I guess you and I, we can just go back and forth, back and forth.
That's
Level 2 is, so you've been to the site, you know, or you're still on the site and you're going to level 2. So you've navigated and you're looking at models and plans and you're looking at 2-story houses that are from 300 to 350,000, let's say. So now the level 2, the UI is presenting them other things that they can look at that are similar to, you know, like for example, other plans that are in this community, other communities that have plans like this, all of this relational data. We're now presenting that to them so that we're kind of narrowing down that funnel and giving them more options and more, you know, sticky marketing is what we call that, and getting them to kind of, ooh, that looks cool, let's go here. And so that's the level 2 that we really focus on. And the level 3rd one is really the most important one. Scott, you can handle that one.
Yeah, so this is where we're trying to get them to take action, and then that's we've had a history of success with this level of interaction, but really trying to take it to the next level, making sure we have, you know, the product selections easily available. These would be what I would think of as your detail pages, where we're really trying to, you know, get them to schedule a showing or contact your OSC in some way. There's a multitude of ways that we're trying to do that, from, you know, an always present OSC tag of some sort, or maybe it's a, you know, it's a financing option. Maybe it's a lock and shop type of engagement where we're trying to get them pre-approved through your financing company, so they can kind of do, maybe it's like a buy it now type program that we're exploring a little bit. Those kinds of things, adding more interactive elements on the site. This is where you want your videos to come in, your Matterport tours, things like that. And then you also want to make sure that you're showing them, kind of keeping track of their recently viewed. So maybe, you know, at the bottom, like Chip was saying, you know, here's the last 3 homes that you've looked at. Kind of trying to keep them engaged and kind of cycling back through the site at all times.
Yeah, and also, Scott, you know, when they come back for the 2nd and 3rd and 4th time that they're going to be, because, you know, keep in mind, these users are coming back to your website multiple times, and each time they come back, they navigate slightly differently. So what we want to do is provide that real easy engagement so they can go right back to where they were, and you know, make that just seem real intuitive, so that, you know, you're not forcing them down a funnel again and again and again. So that's a big part of that level 3 engagement.
So jumping over to the actual product. So kind of just to explain a little bit about what we're trying to do. So with the Bluprint Framework, this is the framework that will serve as kind of the basis for every site we build. So we still will build completely custom sites. We love building custom sites. It allows us to kind of push our creativity and provide, you know, new solutions and find new ways of doing things. But we also, within the Bluprint product, offer kind of a basic level, almost templated design, but it's very, very versatile and kind of, you can personalize it to your business and your company a lot. So we're out of the gate, we're offering 5 kind of template setups, which these take the various components we have and kind of, you know, provide a palette of different combinations that are available. So we have 5 different versions of this available.
Yeah, and so what we're going to call this is virtual model row, and what we're going to be doing is rolling out. Right now there's 5. We're working on additional ones, and so this is going to be kind of a revolving type product arrangement where, similar to a car, you know, you can come in and there's new cars that get that, you know, every year they come out, every 6 months, whatever it is. We're going to continue to keep pushing this product, and the cool thing about all these blueprints is, and I guess this is kind of goes back to the just general context of why we did this. This allows us to, when we uncover it's like the gathered knowledge that we talk about, where, you know, we figured out that this is working really well, and then we see it working really well for somebody else. That gathered knowledge and all that product goes into these Bluprint themes. So in 6 months, there's going to be some updates to these things that is better than it was before. And so as we learn more, we're putting all that tech and all that knowledge back into these products. And so the themes we have today are going to look different in 6 months. And so somebody sitting here going, okay, this looks great, but I don't want to have the same website that somebody else has. There's not going to be two of these that are going to look the same. Because once you put your marketing, that layer on top of all of this stuff, it's going to be you. It's going to be your homes, and that goes into the custom branding piece of this. That is, really no two of these things are going to look the same.
Yeah, so yeah, when we start the project, we're gonna, you know, it's very easy to integrate your colors, your logos. If you have brand standards that, you know, require certain typefaces, and really the thing that's going to make it the most different is using your artwork, your assets, you know, beautiful photography, the different pieces that we mix into the branding is really what makes it stand apart. And I have a few examples of clients that have already are already using the Bluprint product. So Kent Homes, you can see kind of a beachy feel with their kind of light, airy color scheme. And then we have a Dallas custom builder, Glacier Homes, and they went for more of a using the video on the homepage to provide, you know, a little bit different experience. And then we have a local builder too, who, you know, just with the photography and the carousel on the homepage provides a different experience altogether. So it's the same sort of template, but it's easily customized to your brand. You can add components, you can change the navigation structure. A lot of this stuff's baked in and gives you a lot of versatility. On this one, we added some custom blueprints kind of in the background. Kent Homes, it's more of a beach scene. So there's a lot of different options and a lot of different ways to personalize it and make it truly your own solution. The other thing we wanted to make sure that we did when we built this product, and this will kind of get into the demo phase of our presentation, is we wanted to make sure that we just loaded it with all the features that you're looking for in a home builder website, didn't leave anything out, and made sure that if you can get it, you know, if you expect it to be there, that it's really baked into the solution. So I'm going to go through some of our sites and kind of show how these options are available in the different models. So here's the Aspen, and we talked a little bit about, or really one of the first things that's going to make the site kind of unique and different is picking which of the navigation options you'd like. So we have, you know, all the different solutions from the hamburger menu built in. The different models all have, you know, they can all be configured to match kind of what your setup is. The Birch has a little slightly different setup. You know, you can modify your header, your navigation options in a number of ways. So it's really kind of picking one that really meets your requirements and what you're looking to do on your site. So this one's a little bit, you know, asymmetrical with the, you know, the logo kind of pushed to the side, some of the other elements pushed over. So lots of different options to pick from in terms of setting up that, you know, the main navigation on the site.
And, you know, hey, Scott, one thing that it just hit me that we're showing everybody desktop, and anybody who looks at their analytics knows that 80% probably traffic is mobile. Now that doesn't mean desktop isn't important, but would you say that these sites are built with mobile? I mean, they're mobile first. They're designed.
Yeah, they're definitely mobile first. A lot of that comes in the functionality, especially when we get into product pages. But yeah, we really want that user experience to pop on mobile, since that's the majority of the traffic coming to the site.
Because the thing, you know, the reality of it is mobile websites, yes, they are super important, and yes, people do not wait. They don't wait for, if sites taking too long to load, that's a deal breaker. They don't want to have to figure out how to navigate. There's only so many different ways that you can navigate and view a home builder product on a mobile website. So, keeping all of that in mind, desktop is there's still definitely a place for desktop, and that's sometimes they'll go there to look at interactive content and things like that. But I would say these things are all designed from the ground up with mobile in mind. They still look great on desktop, but it's really where you're going to see the main ROI is going to be on mobile performance.
And the one caveat to that is we see the most conversions from analytics. We'll see the most conversions happen from organic traffic that goes to your desktop site. So that's where, so we think that users are doing more of a shallow dive on getting familiar on the mobile experience, but a lot of conversions and leads come from the desktop. So it's really important that it still looks great and really showcases the product well. Another thing that we kind of built into the system, so we've had a lot of people, a lot of clients over the years want some versatility in this hero image. So we've set it up in Builder Cloud that you basically have 3 options. You can have an individual image that loads on refresh, will show a different image. So that kind of reduces load time and makes sure that the site loads fast. We also have included the ability to show video. So, and you can change that on the fly. So if you want to start out with an image and then 3 months later you get a video produced and you want to put that into the hero image area, that's totally versatile. You can change that anytime. And then we also have the carousel built in. So you have the ability to make your own artwork. We can provide specs if you have an in-house designer or something and want to make your own slides, something that can click through and can just be placed in there. That's also an option that we've made available. Video is a big piece of what we've created, so it can be included in almost any spot where you can load a photo. You can load video. So we have full video support throughout the site. And we've done it in a way to kind of reduce load on the page and on the server. So it's kind of a modal version that just, you click on it and then you play the video right there. Very easy to integrate. You have full control over what image shows in the background. Very simple. The video is available throughout, all levels of engagement. A big piece that we wanted to talk about is the results pages that are baked in, and really this is where the mobile first element comes in. Making sure that your filters and sorts are in the correct spot and that they work correctly and are very easy to use from a user standpoint. Making sure that the cards are properly sized, that you can see more than one, on a results panel, so that users don't get kind of lost in the list of things. Showing people how many results they are seeing and how many to expect, so they know how far they're going to scroll. All those kinds of little touches are what make it very easy for somebody to stay on the site, stay engaged, not get frustrated by what they're seeing. Showing a map, having the map available on mobile, but making it easy to go back and forth so that the photos are kind of front and center. All these things are kind of at the heart of the user experience that make it, enjoyable and kind of keep all the limit the friction that you'll see in a lot of builder sites. The other thing that's built in that we took a lot of time and made a lot of decisions about were the detail pages. So there's very specific things that are needed from a detail page standpoint, different on mobile than they are on desktop. A lot of this stuff we did a ton of user research with what other studies were out there to find the best way to navigate a site, what works best, what keeps people engaged. So really trying to hit the high points of the information, focus on these big images. If you have video or Matterport tours, they show up within this carousel, so that it just gives you a better chance of getting people to engage with that type of content. On mobile, the detail pages take on a little bit different look, making sure that there's a significant call to action since they're at that level of engagement, but then also showing more of an e-commerce style accordion layout, so that you're not overwhelmed when you get to the page. You can shorten it. You can make sure that you're only seeing the information you want to see when you want to see it. So very specific elements at the kind of shown to the presented to the user at the right time. Another big piece, as I had mentioned before, were call to actions throughout the site. So you'll see different ways, and there's kind of two types of call to action. One would be to get somebody to submit a lead, and so you'll see things like the OSC tag on desktop. On mobile, we always have the ability to call, email, text, different ways to make it very convenient. This is right within thumb reach for mobile, so that it's easy for people to hit those buttons. Always present, so that there's no question about how do you contact someone if you're looking for more information or to schedule a meeting. And then also the call to actions that kind of keep you engaged in the site. So you'll see things like the big buttons, especially on mobile, that kind of take you from page to page. Things like on the home page, we would show the blog engagement, things like that stand out and just kind of keep people interested, keep them engaged in the site, keep them going, maybe a page deeper, which keeps you, on site longer, which helps with the SEO. So it's kind of, a full experience that really engages the user. Another big piece that are built in are the media galleries. So, from video to virtual tours to photos, making sure that those are really easy to navigate and provide, a great presentation of your product. Right up front, easy to see, easy to sort. All these built in with, alt tags for accessibility and for SEO benefits. So easy to load through Builder Cloud and really keep people engaged on the site. For like About Us pages or other content pages, we have a number of page components. So those pages don't all have to look the same. We have accordions, different page sections that allow you to kind of structure the page and make it kind of fit your content, and with giving you some variety, so that there's a lot of options when it comes to setting your pages up. That's where, even though this is a kind of a templated product, it's not a one size fits all. We can modify, we can personalize it to really match what you're looking to accomplish from a content standpoint. Some additional features that are built in, the blog, quick search. So if you wanted to, right on the homepage, show, search communities, search quick move-in homes, you can, select number of beds, baths, and jump right into results from the homepage. You can feature communities, homes, plans on your homepage with an easy selector from Builder Cloud to decide which products you want to feature. There's team modules. One big thing I wanted to kind of point out was the promo banners. So this is big. It especially became a big deal during the pandemic and the COVID situation. So we have a number of options built into the site to show promo banners either within the footer, and you'll see that these kind of rotate. So they show multiple offers there, kind of calling attention with a little bit of movement. to call attention, but they don't get in the way of the rest of the content. So they stand out without getting in the way. We also have an option to do it at the top of the page. So first thing somebody sees, especially on mobile, it's a great way to kind of, highlight something that's important or needs to stand out without without interrupting the user experience and getting in their way there. And there are a number of other features. I hit a couple here, but those are the big ways to kind of set your site apart, use the different pieces. The testimonial module allows you to put photos or videos right into the testimonial, and then a standard accordion that kind of makes it easy to scan the page and provide more content.
Yeah, so the one of the other things that we wanted to include in this is these are things that we get asked a lot. Interactive plat maps, interactive floor plans, landing pages, things like that. All of those kinds of things, we've added that functionality into this Bluprint product. So if you want something like a favorites, where you can save a favorite, you can. That's a pretty good lead gen tool. If you have a lot of product, people will use that. They'll favorite things, they'll favorite photos and make comments and stuff like that. So that's all in here. You can have open houses if you want to do promos that talk about fall parade of homes, things like that. All of that with a dedicated landing page that's got an email form. That's all included in here, as well as special offers. Frequently people will have some kind of promo going on that they want to have that be front and center. That's all built into the Bluprint product, easy to deploy.
Yeah, it's just a matter of turning those on, and like Chip said, with the special offers, you get a dedicated detail page, so you can use that in your marketing, and the landing page can be kind of templated so that you don't have to worry about, if it was a WordPress site, going in and making sure that you're building the page or having somebody in your office build the page. It'll just work. You get the content together, enter the content in Builder Cloud, and that landing page is created and ready to go for you.
This is the part I like the best, because when I said it's gonna make you change the way that you think about your website, this is really everything we've talked about till now has been, okay, great, it's a website, it does lots of cool things, it's scalable, it's fast, it's mobile first. Okay, but what's it cost? So this is the part that to me is the most exciting part about this, is because you can have one of the templates that we've looked at, one of the blueprints that we've looked at that's customized for you, that is designed for you, for your who you are, where you are, what you're selling, all that good stuff. And it starts at $733 a month, and that includes hosting. So you've got ready to rock and roll. You're out of the gates with a fixed monthly expense. And the reason that we like that is because then you can focus on other things like driving traffic, or marketing, or all the other stuff that becomes really important. Once you've got a good website, then you've got to get the eyeballs on the product, and so and that's a separate expense. And as everybody knows, that you've got to get traffic to the website. So that allows you the flexibility to have that kind of strategic or that strategy in place, as well as all the other things here, Scott, that you can go through and kind of outline.
Yeah, so included in that price, so that's a starting price for a basic home builder website that has everything you need to to run that piece of your marketing. It includes the Builder Cloud setup, usage of that. We do all the content loading for you. If you can provide us the content during the setup of the site, we'll get that loaded into Builder Cloud. We'll also train you in Builder Cloud, so you'll know exactly how to use the CMS. We're available to help with that, anytime in the process. But in the initial setup, we'll help you get familiar with the admin and how to use it. So that it also includes setting up the site and getting it personalized. So that 4-week to 6-week period that it takes to get the site launched and ready to go is included in that price. And then, like we've talked about before, all of our sites are SEO optimized. So we'll get that initial on-page optimization set up, and get everything, all your keywords and everything entered into Builder Cloud. We offer a monthly analytics report to kind of track your progress. And then our support team, which has really been a great asset that we've built over the last couple of years. They're available anytime to answer any questions. And then the hosting for the website is also included in that price. So there's no additional cost for hosting the website. That $733 is an all-in cost, and out of the box, you're ready to go.
Yep. And, it's kind of like, I really, Scott, when we were sitting down talking about, this product and how we come to market with and everything, we looked at like Ford trucks and how you go in and select a model, and you can add different things, and this price can go up. I mean, it can go quite a bit higher depending on what you need. But you're still, you've got a fixed cost. What it's taking to go to market, and you can not have to have this big capital expense every 2 years, of 30, 40, 50, 100, whatever it is. These sites can get to be very expensive, and this is a way where you can really minimize that footprint. And it's just a marketing thing that anytime you can understand what your marketing is costing, then you can go in, and the idea behind Blueprints is a product that allows you to do everything at a very high level, and you can customize it so that it looks every bit as good as anything on the net. And so that's why we're so excited about it, because it's for us, it's really, we're providing value to our customers so that they don't have to have a giant expenditure just to be competitive.
Yeah, and a couple of other things that make this Bluprint product stand out. One would be I'm calling it data stability, but the idea that once you get your data into Builder Cloud or get your ERP integration set up, that you don't ever have to do that again. It's there. Any upgrades that are built around that will not affect. We're not going to move data ever again. It's going to be there. It works with Zillow. It works with everything else. So that's something that kind of offers some peace of mind there. Again, the product's easy to scale, so it works for builders of all sizes. And then we're, like Chip said, the 5 kind of models that we're offering now, kind of the floor plans that we're offering, those are just the start. We're going to continue to build new solutions and offer upgrades to those, new designs, better designs, better user experience. And then because there's no data migration, you can just roll into a new site every couple of years without having to any additional setup fee or anything like that. So
yeah, and the other thing is that, let's say that you decide that you want to have a different community landing page than what you started out with. We can go in, we can look at, okay, here's some examples that work really well, and you can say, okay, let's go with this one. And we can go in, and within 60 seconds, you have a new community landing page. So the component piece of this is really cool, because you can almost A/B test and really find the sweet spot of site performance by trying different things and not having to go back and have an expense that is significant to get your site recoded, because there's no really recoding going on. All we're doing is implementing a different component. So that's the other thing to keep in mind. And like Scott said, it's really cool because in a year, and tech changes so quickly, and there's so much stuff going on. It may be that the frequency of when you want to update and upgrade your website is every 6 months or something like that. It gives you the ability to do that easily and not having to go through an extensive reloading of all of our content and all that stuff. It's already right there. All we have to do is push it to a new front end, which would be a new blueprint.
So Chip, we had a couple of questions. I think that kind of wraps up our portion. So I think we can open it up to more questions. One question was is this webinar being recorded? It is, and we'll be happy to get that out if you want to reach out to us. We'll probably send out a follow-up email too, maybe host the recording on our website and make that available to everybody. Another question, Chip, was is there a setup fee?
No, there's not.
Yep, no setup fee. The price, the monthly pricing, it's starting at $733, but whatever kind of your needs, whatever that comes out to, that's all in. The monthly cost can start, but there's no additional setup fee on top of that.
And and the other thing, Scott, I think is probably worth mentioning, and this may answer some of the questions people are asking, that on a webinar format, I mean, it's hard for us to really get in and show you the full-on demo of everything that goes into this. There's actually a page that we go through when we're talking about your needs. We can go in and we can add in components, and we can kind of build up the your blueprint, starting from the base and kind of going up from there. So a lot of the things when we were talking about it being custom to you, I mean, it really is. You go through and we select the different components that build your site. So if you really want to know a lot more about it, I would say schedule a one-on-one with one of us, and we could take you through and show you a lot of the kind of in the weeds of how this stuff works.
Another question was, what is the timeline to migrate if we're already using Builder Cloud? I'd say it's probably around that same kind of 4 to 6 week setup, just because we do need to move page data, get the pages structured, those kinds of things. That's probably at the quick end. If it was a very, very basic site, we might be able to do it faster than that, but that 4 to 6 weeks is probably a good guideline. And then I think another question was, what affects the pricing? Does the pricing change based on features? So yeah, there are some features that are a little bit of an upgrade. The other things that affect pricing would be kind of the size of Builder, how much content needs to be loaded, how many communities, homes, plans, those kinds of things. We made a kind of a basic inclusion level. So for most builders, you're going to be able to get in at that price. The other thing would be how many pages. So if you want to add, a bunch of different pages that all need to be set up and content needs to be loaded, that would affect pricing too. So the 733 is kind of an entry level. Like I said earlier, out of the box, it does everything you need to run a home builder website effectively. And kind of get established, and then you can add on from there.
And the other thing, Scott, that I think also is one last thing that I want to kind of mention is that we talk about custom sites, and Builder Designs our company's kind of built around building custom websites for the last 15 years, and so we have builders that use this Bluprint framework that sell 4,000 or 5,000 homes a year. And so the reason why I say that is this is a very scalable product, and you can have, and those builders are in 3 states, so you can go big on this Bluprint product. It doesn't it's not necessarily only entry level. You can be big as well. And the thing that drives cost is how much time it takes for us to load all your content in and those kinds of things. It's kind of like moving into a house. How long is it going to take to get this thing decorated? It's that there is time in on that, but we've got a team of people that make that as painless as possible too. So that does help.
Great. So the next question was, is there a separate fee that I need to pay in addition for this, a Builder Club fee? No, that price, that starting price includes everything. So there's the Builder Cloud and the hosting, everything is included in that initial price.
Okay, well, Scott, is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, great. Well, what we'll do is we'll send an email back out to everybody that was on today, so you guys can watch this again. If you have any questions about any of this, just send an email to Scott or Chip at builderdesigns.com, and we can just jump back in and talk more about this specifically for you and who you are and what you need. But yeah, we're really excited about this. This is going to be kind of the next level of website performance. So thanks for checking us out, and we'll talk to you soon.